Guys, welcome back to another amazing episode of The Peak. And if you guys are just now tapping in with us right now, we're sitting down with an artist who is unfiltered, uncompromising, and undeniably original. We've got Kilimanjarman in the building for growing presence on platforms like YouTube and Instagram. He's turning heads with a raw mix of street wisdom, spiritual grit, and bold visuals in the covers that speak even louder than some of the words. And from tracks like Holy Ghost Touch and Lustful Love, his catalog reflects a complex story of powerful voice in the independent music scene. Let's dive right into it. What's going on, Yummy? Welcome, welcome, guys. We have Killer Man Jarman here. Welcome to the peak, man. How are you?
What's happening? I'm good. How you doing?
Good, 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 man. And you're hailing straight out of Cleveland, Ohio, man. Tell us a little bit about Ohio. How long have you been there?
All my life. All my
Oh, my
life.
life.
Ohio is cool. It's good. It's good. It's what you make of it. I believe that about anywhere you go though.
Right.
Yeah, but in the city of Cleveland, it's good. We had a talent, of course, and we keep it pushing. It's money. Money is the goal. Making money. None of the other stuff.
None of that
Keep
other stuff,
keep it
man. That's
here.
what's super important. You're right. You have a lot of talented people coming out of Cleveland, man. And I feel like,
Yeah, it is.
yeah, that's not by mistake, man. Ohio's a really, really great town, especially for arts and creativity. Outside of that, is there anybody in Cleveland that like you look up to other than sports? Like I know you said you're not super into sports, so who are some of your Cleveland heroes?
My Cleveland heroes derive from music. They all
Mhm.
derive from the music scene. It's guys that I wasn't familiar with, that I done grown familiar with, that I'm really into. Well, first off, Bone. We gotta give a shout out to Bone. Outside of that, Cheesy from the Claire, Love Basket, Big Topic, Yay Day, Britt Bands. Let me see who else. There's a lot of females on the scene, as you can see.
Yeah.
They doing their thing. Oh, Entre and Preezy, Princess Love. Princess Love, shout out Princess Love got a concert coming up tomorrow here in Cleveland on the west side, y'all. Y'all might want to check that out if y'all in Cleveland. Um, those artists like that. Like and artists that paved the way, of course, I can't recall all their names, but everything Cleveland. I'm down with everything Cleveland when it comes to the music scene.
100%, man. That's important to stick with your state. And so going into the music, your visuals and persona, I would say, are pretty, especially the song titles and the sound of the music. It's very bold. It's very like unapologetic, as the kids would say nowadays. And so, how would you describe the message or the mission behind the Kilimanjaro brand?
The message and the mission is I go with the flow. It literally comes to me. Whether it's in a notebook or if it's on the keyboard, typing up lyrics, writing up lyrics, they actually literally just come to me. I can't say one way or the other. I got a specific approach, but if whatever the subject is that touches me, I write it out.
Right, right. And so, speaking of those subjects, you just dropped the newest track. What inspired that release, and what do you want listeners to take away from it when they're listening to it?
Well, I just dropped a couple. Is it one in specific you speaking of, so I can tell you in detail?
Yeah, let's take a look here because I know I had two that I liked off the page. Yeah, that's why we've got technology here right next to us.
Right.
Excellent.
Thank God for technology.
Man, what I really love being able to tap into the catalog this way because when you go to the stores back in the day, sometimes not all of the artist music would be in there. Now we've got all the artist music like right at our fingertips. Every single song you dropped is here for me to take a look at. And so on the YouTube,
Right.
we're talking about Hot Twat Thought Box. Interesting, interesting song
Oh,
name as
hot
well.
shot that part. Yeah. I was thinking, I said, you got to take another approach. You can't keep hiding this music. Because I write a lot of songs like that. I just don't come out with them. So,
Right.
like, you just gonna have to do it. Go for it. Quit playing with them. I kept going over it, over it, and over it, and over it, again and again and again. And once I wrote, I just kept going over it. The more I went over it, the more I came up with. And then I got that catchy little hook jumping. I said, "Oh yeah," and I got on beat with it. That was the best part about the whole thing. Yeah, hot swat, thought, bot, love, take it back, shots, go off of beans, loud lines, and reposado, double shots, got a twat getting hot for every inch of my cock in the pussy, ass, and mouth. Yeah, I bust a coochie down. Yeah.
Man,
and,
what?
and I,
Tell them the girls ain't the only one that got there talk that shit now, man. We might have to come on there and be talking that shit too, man.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
somebody need to jump on it. Shit, jump on it for real.
No,
Yeah,
for
it
real.
just caught my attention. I went over it a couple times and I'm like, oh, this is really about to ride. I'm like, yeah, this the one, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're taking a risk like that, you're like, man, I want to do something different. You know, I want to go outside the box with it. Is it difficult for you to get in the studio and do that, or you get in there and you just kind of accept whatever comes through?
I accept whatever comes my way, you know. Um, oh no, like no disrespect intended. Now this it's for those it's for those who choose to listen to that type of music. You get what I'm saying? Because it do cross my mind. When I make songs like that, one of the first things that cross my mind is how is it gonna be accepted? Because this not really the norm for me. I've written hella songs like that, but I don't usually perform those type of songs. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I just keep my fingers crossed, put my prayer hands up, and hope for the best.
Right, man. And talking about the prayer hands, there's also a strong spiritual undertone in songs like Holy Ghost Touch. And so, how does your faith or worldview influence your music? How does that have an effect on your music? Do you try to make sure that's forefront, or does that just come out as well?
No, I try to make sure that's the forefront, and that's because I know how my other songs go. So I gotta put God first, either way it goes. With those songs, I had to put God first. Like I don't have no choice because I know how to get when I'm writing the more X-rated types of songs. It it'll be like and I try not to be funny. Let's go there first. Let's do it that way. I try not to be funny. I do give my reverence to God and give God the highest praise. Praise is due. So that's where I really got the niche for writing from. I just came out one day and started writing songs like that, and they had catchy words to them. So I'm like, okay, this is the path I'm on. I'm gonna keep going. Um, what I did though, I had to think TikTok friendly. We talking years ago. I had to think TikTok friendly. So I took a lot of songs that I wrote and I edited them. They were hip hop or Christian hip hop songs because I edited them. I removed all the curse words from them. I removed all the profanity. And I actually gave a little speech at the beginning of one of my songs back in the days where I said I had to remove all the profanities because it was more suitable for the platform I was doing it on, which was TikTok.
Oh yeah.
I try not to take too much grit and grime to TikTok. They seem more family oriented. Like regardless of what somebody would say, I heard a guy talking about shooting Satan with an AK one day on the TikTok feed. I'm like, wow, like how do you manage to do that? Like, am I missing something?
Right. No, it's
Yeah,
very
so
interesting on TikTok, I would say, because man, yeah, TikTok's great for discoverability, but they're very strict with the rules, you know. So it's interesting that you're able to have that pop up on your feed, and you're like, how is this even still up on TikTok? You know, when if I did
yeah, and
that,
then
they would have zero views. You know.
that's you know what that's the business accounts. They have commercial music for the business accounts. You can't use it in your song, even if you come into it with as a content creator and add your own song or post your own song. For those that don't know, when you have a business account, you can only use commercialized beats that TikTok chooses you can use.
Yeah, yeah, it's very, very interesting on there. I love TikTok, but you know, it's just they're very strict, but they got a lot of discoverability that other platforms don't have. So you kind of got to play ball, you know, if you really want the check
Right.
there. Right. And so clearly you're very hands-on with the promo and the visuals for your music. How important to you is creative control?
It's very important, but I'm also always open to learn. So I'm not a control freak. It's just this is how I'm doing things. I'm introverted, so I'm not out a lot. I'm not out and about a lot. Mainly and mostly when I need to be and where I need to be, and it's the creative control is a teaching process. I'm learning things as I go. So I
Right.
like
So
the creative.
what's something that you've learned recently when it comes to music, the music business, the creative side? What's something that you're like, wow, this has been helping me a lot lately?
Open up and let loose.
Yeah.
Don't try to conform to one set tone. Don't try to conform to one set pattern. Don't try to conform to one set subject. Be open to everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I think
and
that's
all the
really
people
good.
be open to everything. That's what I've learned. To be open to everything because I'm starting to pick up patterns and rhythm, a little more rhythm in some of my songs than I was when I started off. And that's because I'm more open to trying it instead of being closed minded.
Right, right. I definitely think in music that's something that's very important. That's going to take you a very, very, very long way. I feel like that's kind of elusive to my next question, which is about raw energy. And so tracks like Deadbeat Demon and Lustful Love, they have that raw energy. And are these based on personal experiences, or is this just like cultural commentary from you?
Personal, both mixed in both of them. Personal experience and cultural commentary. I went through something a couple of times and it was kicking my ass. It had me down and out. And I'm like, okay, well, my go tos are normally working out or writing anyway. And the working out wasn't doing nothing but making me feel worse about it. So I just stopped and I sat down, caught the beats, and started writing to them. I mean, like I just took at it. Like it really is stuff that actually happened. I done been through partially, and it's partially my reality as well as fantasy and reality meeting each other in the songs. That's the creativity, and it actually keep it soft where I'm not actually using names like such and such. You know what I'm saying? I figured out how to put it. So if somebody hear it and they get out of pocket, like, oh, you one of them?
Yeah, man. Oh man. You gotta, you ever put you gotta put an X voicemail in a song one time. A little mad
Hey,
voicemail, throw it
hey,
in the
I do a voiceover. I do a
yeah.
voiceover and make it match whatever part of the song I put the voiceover on. It'll go in. It'll go in just like it's supposed to.
Hey man,
Believe
that's
that.
triple platinum. That's triple platinum right there. And so, what is one of the biggest challenges that you face as an independent artist when it comes to trying to break through?
I say recognition is the toughest challenge because I know I'm on to something. You know what I'm saying? But actually getting heard the way I want to be heard and stuff, that's something else. I mean, I'm tagging the celebrities, but I'm the only one tagging them. Like, but when it's shoe on the other foot, I'm tagging for other people. I'm posting their stories. I'm tagging who they want me to tag in the post. I got a whole 9 yards. Like I do it a lot of times. That's where I spend like half of my day posting other artists and tagging the artists they asking to tag. Yeah, I show hella support. I know seriously, you never expect back what you give, but real talk just on the social media level, period. It's it's etiquette. It's social media etiquette. Who said it best? Rick Ross. He said, I ain't gotta listen to my boy shit on social media to like it. That's my boy. I'm gonna like it. He need the support. Hell, I ain't even gotta hear a song all the way through. And I'm showing love. That it's etiquette. It's just proper etiquette or shit. I'm open to constructive criticism as well. Like man, you did good on this part, but I think you got a little caught up in your words right here. Like DM me or something. You know what I'm saying? On bite. I'm not gonna stop. That's the whole thing. I'm not gonna stop. So I'm only gonna get better because I'm gonna keep going until I do.
Right.
So I'd rather have people, knowing me now than to know me then. Because to know me then, it ain't happening. I don't know you like that.
And so,
Shit, for real.
if someone's hearing your music for the very first time, which is the song that you would want them to start with?
Um, bless me with, bless me with, bless you under my savior. Um, oh, fit my praise,
Why that
fit
song in
my praise,
particular?
because I wrote it to the pattern of Notorious Thugs. Rest in peace, B.I.G. Bone and Big. I picked up a pattern listening to that song, and that's how I wrote it.
Mhm.
I wrote it off of that pattern, that rhyme scheme. Like I said, and I figured it out, and I was real proud of myself for doing that. Oh, not only that one. It's called "He Whom Helps Come From." It's my lyrics, but it's a sample of Sunday Service Choir from the song "Beautiful Morning." I would love for people to check that out
Yeah.
because I wasn't on a timer when I jumped in. When the chorus jumped out and I jumped in, I didn't time myself. I did that naturally.
Mm.
Like I naturally came in, and it just so happened to go the distance it was supposed to before the chorus came back in, and I go back in after it.
That's
So those
magic.
type of
When you can do it like that, it makes it feel good, man. When you listen back to it, you're like, oh, I did that.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Those would be the songs. Yes.
Yes, sir. And so, we talk a lot about, amazing choirs like the Sunday service choir. How do you balance the spiritual themes in these songs between the street or sensual content and others? And so, is that contrast intentional? Like you try to have them both in there?
Yeah, I want them both in there, but from the outside looking in, I'm quite, it's gonna be a different story. Like I'm not supposed to do both, or like I'm straddling the fence. But one don't exist without the other. And if you trying to deter me from God because I made a song that wasn't in reference to Him, why would you keep encouraging me to go to Him when all my songs were exactly in reference to Him? Maybe a cuss word here, a cuss word there. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do both. I can balance them out. I know where I started. I know what I started with, and I know how I feel to be shut down from the church. I mean, I know from my days as teenagers, being a teenager. I know females that got kicked out the church because they were pregnant. You get what I'm saying? Excuse me. That kind of stuff, like, that's ridiculous. You can't turn nobody from God. It ain't nothing too hard from God. When he wants you, he wants you. When he gonna use you, he gonna use you. So if it's something going on with my music, they could pray for me. If it's something going on with my music that they not really understanding, they could pray for me, and I could pray for them that they get an understanding. Cause I know where I am. I know who I am. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not no goody two shoe type of dude. I'm not about to paint no perfect, pretty picture. I'm gonna say it how I see it and how I feel it and how I experience him.
Right. And so I feel like you have a very strong connection with, God and your spiritual side. And I feel like that's going to help you in the artistic world because it's going to help you, like you said, be more raw and be more open to accepting not only yourself, but the ideas that come to you, which is only going to, make for better art to be created. And so where did that relationship with God start for you?
I was going through something. I was really down about it, and I couldn't shake it. I it ain't not it's deep. It ain't matter what I did. I couldn't shake it. I just couldn't shake it off. Like I was in a slump, a real bad slump. I took stuff one day at a time. Like one day I got up, I started curling my dumbbells again. I walk off, and some kept calling me back to them. The same thing that kept calling me back so I could start lifting again is the same thing that called me to start writing the way I was writing. It's the same thing. It's like it drew me in. It was the only way for me to get through what I was feeling. And I noticed that some of the songs were real catchy. They were real good. So I put them up on TikTok. Where TikTok, you can promote on TikTok. You have real followers. They don't do that organic crap as long as you go directly through the app. So I promoted a couple of my songs on there. I got high views. One of them I think got over 1,000 likes, if I'm not mistaken. And it was on from there. It was on and popping. Anytime I catch a beat that's catchy, I start writing. I write without a beat until I got a whole song, and then find the beat to put it on. Same difference. I had to go through it. I went through it. You got to go through it. If you could go through it, you could get through it. So that's the best way to put that. I was going through it. big time. And I
Yeah,
had to get off my ass and make up my mind not to let that shit get the best of me. So I did
right.
what I had to do so it wouldn't get the best of me. And a lot of it had to do with me calling on God. If it weren't for God, I'd still be laying in that slump. I would have never got up off my ass.
Yeah, I definitely feel like you're better off now. I feel like I can just feel it, throughout your energy as well as in the music, and the creative speed that you're making the music and putting it out and promoting it and standing in front of yourself and your creativity. A lot of people when they're down in the slump, they're not going to stand in front of their creative work. They're going to try to hide behind it,
Right.
or along those lines.
No, I got a I got a story about that. One, just real quick.
Go ahead.
I saw Georgie and Cicero. She from Cleveland. She a female rapper. That's one of my favorite rappers too. I saw her at the liquor store. This was years ago, but she had something to do with it because that little voice of hers stayed in my head. I say, all right, all right. I said, I can't really freestyle though. She said, I'll try something. I tried. I said, oh man, I messed up. She's like, no, 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 you ain't messed up. You good, King. She's like, so what you gonna do with that music you've been writing? I said, I don't know. She said, you need to let people hear it. That's the whole point of writing it.
Mm,
And that got me too. Yeah,
that
that
was the
got me
one.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
was,
feel like that's so true. You gotta let somebody hear it, man. You
yeah,
write
because
it,
you don't know what
you
you
love it, but you gotta let somebody else hear it. I feel like sharing it is,
right,
is what art's all about. The
right.
shared experience with art is crazy. How you can look at a piece of art and have different perspectives. I feel like that's what makes it complete. When there's
Definitely.
multiple perspectives looking at the art. You know what I mean? Like that's what really brings
Yeah.
it to life. And so to wrap it up here, we got a couple more. You're active on so many different platforms from Instagram to YouTube to TikTok, and you're putting music out through DistroKid. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Right. And so, you talk a lot about promoting on TikTok there. Is that the most effective way to grow your brand, or what has been the most effective way for you?
The most effective way for me really has been TikTok. But without promoting it and just posting and getting the views or whatnot that way is completely different because like you could be up like 10,000 views and only 4 likes.
Right.
You
Yeah,
get what I'm
definitely.
saying? Like the math don't add up. But it's not from something you doing. That's actually what's going on. Like 10,000 people don't look at your video or listen to your song and only like four of them like it unless you actually promote it.
Right, right, right. Unless you promoted it. Right, right. And you're talking
Yeah,
about
unless you
using the promote feature.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, the promote feature. When you use the promote feature, those numbers get to jumping, and you know it's real people. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing about that. Yeah,
Definitely, definitely, definitely. I have to look into that, and I feel like a lot of people listening would really help that advice, and so or not help that advice, but appreciate that advice. And so, what's next for Kilimanjaro, man? What are the upcoming projects, collaborations, and goals for the rest of 2025?
I don't have no collaborations lined up. Lined up. I'm open to them though. I'll see where it goes. I'm not the guy to run up in nobody's pockets. If you see something, you hear it, and you like it, and you want me to put it on the track of yours, then by all means, I'm willing to work with you. It's that simple with me. Sometimes money hard to come by. So I ain't gonna be the guy juicing nobody's pockets just because I got a talent. I mean, that's like I think that's kind of abusing my talent. Now, if I'm actually just there already, then well, my manager said you gotta play such and such. Like, hey, but it ain't me. It ain't me doing it. Nah, I'm open to collaborations. And other than that, I'm just gonna keep writing and keep recording, and see my way through there.
Yeah, I feel like
I
that's
do.
definitely the way to go. Is there any goals that you have? What do you want to accomplish next?
I want to accomplish I want to accomplish getting more love to my music, getting my music to be heard more. I would like to accomplish that. Musically, just musically wise, I'm not setting a goal for myself. I'm actually making them as I go along.
Mm,
You see what I'm saying? I mean that's how I'm starting to feel. Like I don't need to set a goal. I'm actually reaching goals as I go. So I have a blueprint, for people that are trying to reach goals or that are like on the level I'm at right now and stuck. I'm just gonna keep surpassing what I did last.
Right.
I'm gonna keep it past what I did last. It's gonna get the attention. They're like, this guy not letting up.
That
Like
part.
we need to see more. We need to see what's going on with him. Like, okay, this song was all right. It wasn't as good as the last one, but he don't seem to be letting up and running out of steam no time soon. So we gonna have to pull him to the side and see what he got going on. Like
That Cleveland
one of those.
energy. That's that
Yeah, I
Cleveland
want one
energy
of
right
those.
there. Yes,
Yeah,
sir. Yeah, man. We're
yeah, I
sitting
want
down
one.
now. If you guys are just now tapping in, we're with Killer Man, Jar Man, wrapping it up here on the Peak. Make sure you guys go to his pages to check it out. That's KILLAMANJARMAN. He's got songs out right now like Holy Ghost Touch, Lustful Love, and more, hailing out of Cleveland, Ohio. Is there anyone you want to shout out before we tap off?
The whole city. Shout
Yeah.
out to the city. Big up. Y'all keep doing it real big. Big up, bless up. I love Cleveland. I love the city where I come from. So run,
Yes,
run.
sir. Yes, sir. It was a pleasure to have you on, man. And of course, like I tell everybody here, we'll be checking back in with you to do like an update interview, maybe down the line. And so that one will reach out to you, and we'll get on a call just like this again, and we'll see where things have progressed. We'll go off some of the questions that we have here and see how they've influenced your movement down the line, man. It's just May 1st. We've got so much of the year ahead of us. Good luck on the rest of the projects that you're going to drop, the rest of the songs that you're going to make, all the covers that you're doing, all the pictures that you take for Instagram to promote your brand, all the promoting that you're doing on TikTok. Hopefully, all those things continue to bless you in that way, man. Is there anything else you want to tap in with before we get out of here?
Make me go platinum.
We got you. We got you. You heard it here. All right, man. I'll see you next
Hallelujah.
time. Okay. Thank you.
Definitely.